Hello and welcome to the Q&A for Exploring Space. We've really enjoyed reading all your comments and questions throughout the course. There's a couple of things that came up in the Q&A that we're going to look at. And the first one was about contacting space professionals. Is there somewhere where you can access kind of a list of space professionals or get hold of them? So there's two ways I kind of recommend for this. The first one would be to use the STEM Ambassador platform. So we are collecting together a list of professionals that we use through STEM Ambassadors. We're kind of labelling it the 1 Million Interactions Programme, and this is sponsored by the UK Space Agency. So if you go onto the platform, there are now, you go onto the website and into the STEM Ambassadors part, and you request one. There's couple of ways that you can look at that now. One is offers that STEM ambassadors have. So there might be some space professionals that are already putting offers on the website, or you can make a request for a space professional to come into your school. The other way would be to contact us. We do have links with other professionals, people through the Royal Astronomical Society and so on. So contact NE003 UK through the STEM Learning website, and we can help you out with that. The next part, the question that we were going to look at is in terms of early years foundation resources, and I'm just going to pass over to Rachel for that.
So yes, we do have a lot of resources available for upper Key Stage 2, in fact for most of Key Stage 2. And there was a question asking about if there were resources for younger children, particularly early years and Key Stage 1. We do have a number of resources for early years. We have a resource called the Mars Mission, where there are lots of different topics which look at the context of exploring Mars. And I know that we're going to produce a little video showing you how to actually access these. So you'll see that later on. We've also got some really nice space cross-curricular webs where they give you ideas of how to incorporate the curriculum through the whole of primary for all the different age ranges. There's also a rocket seeds resource, which looks at plants and the things that plants need to grow, different parts of a plant, but again, in the context of perhaps growing it for when we go and explore further afield, so in space. We've also got, there are lots of lovely books that kind of provide a context for space, lots of picture books. And I think a lot of the resources really, some of them can be adapted, whereas others it's more of the context of space rather than actually teaching the subject knowledge that's needed for space, which children would learn later on. There's also a resource which links to the seasons and geography called Colouring the Earth, which links to looking at the Earth from above. But all these resources we're going to point out to you, well, Tom's going to point out to you in a little video.
Hi, welcome to this recording showing you some of the resources from NE003 UK and the new things coming through from the European Space Agency. So what you can see here is the NE003 UK homepage, and you can see that we've actually got some new things on here, such as the Space Challenges at Home link and information about Space Champions doing online sessions, which you can also access. If you click on the Space Challenges at Home, then you will find a list of the new challenges that the European Space Agency have launched that you can do from home. So there's ones about doing Mission X, train like an astronaut. There's the Climate Detectives Moon Camp, where you design a moon model in 3D, and CADSAT, which links into the CANSAT competition. So if you want to do any of these things, we've put the links on there, and they run all the way into the 4th of September. You can also, there was questions in the chat, in the course, sorry, about the early years foundation stage resources. So within our own website, you can just, when you're in the ESRO website, you can just look at the resources that are only space resources. So you can see there's actually 883 across the whole age ranges. But if you just want to look at EYFS, then you are then getting down to a much smaller number. However, there are some really good ones in here. So there's things that we've got about the ExoMars mission, which I'll talk more about in a second, and things about robots, and how to plan and run your own space week. And then we've also got, if you go to Explorify, we worked with Welcome on this. We've actually got 53 ExoMars activities. So ExoMars is the mission to Mars. That's actually launching now in 2022. It's been delayed by a couple of years, but you can see there's loads of activities in here that are also for the 5 to 7 age group, but it goes right up to the top end of primary as well, up to Key Stage 2. So thank you for joining us on this course. I'm going to point you towards a couple of places that we're putting new resources on at the moment that I've also shown you in the Camtasia video that we took. One of them is the ESA, the European Space Agency Expedition Home site. So all the new things that they're doing for you to do at home are being listed there. And also, obviously, our ESRO UK homepage as well. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.